Welcome back to CryptosRus. I am George. We're all George. So what happened yesterday? Bitcoin fell all of a sudden down 1,000 points. I'm here to say don't fall for this shakeout. There's something brewing behind the scenes. So you don't want to be left out. So let's talk about this shakeout. Also, let's talk about, of course, XRP and what the industry thinks about this whole win. This win against SEC and Gary Gensler. Let's talk about that as well. So let's do this. Welcome, guys. As you can see, Bitcoin still doing good, still above 30,000, 30,300, but not as good as the day before when we broke out above 31,000, and then all of a sudden we did this, okay? Really no reason for it. There wasn't any big news or any event that can explain this other than, you know what, there are powers that be that may not want Bitcoin to be flying up right now, or the powers that be want you to be selling and panicking. And that is definitely not the time. This is not the time to be doing that. Definitely not the time to be doing that as we started our new bull run, and we have a lot of institutional FOMO starting right now. So the powers that be could be the institutions themselves, could be BlackRock themselves, or maybe Gary picked up the phone and called the Department of Justice and told them to sell the 10,000 Bitcoins that they need to sell anyways. I don't know. There's no apparent explanation other than, yeah, this shakeout happened and it's trying to drive you away. But I know you guys watching, you're smarter than that. You're not going to be driven away by this 1,000 point dump. It really just brings us back to where we were. But altcoins, they held their ground. I mean, even though today 24-hour looks like it's red, but keep in mind this is measuring off the top. If you look at the last week, you look at XRP. XRP is still up 55% from just a few days ago. All right, and even Cardano's up 15%. Solana's up 30%. Polygon's up 19%, right? So the gains, even SHIB up 12%. The gains held, okay? So one bad day does not take it all away. So keep that in mind. So I believe right now there's a shakeout. There's a group, or maybe many groups, that want you, the retail investor, to get out of the market right now because they want to accumulate more. And this is not the time to be getting out. Even BlackRock's Larry Fink said that crypto will transcend any one currency. Larry Fink is speaking like he's a humanitarian now, like BlackRock is going to transcend the world with their spot Bitcoin ETF. It's going to be better for humanity. That's the way I'm interpreting. When you hear him talk, it sounds like that. I don't know if that's the real agenda. I think he just wants to get in and have a Bitcoin strategy because BlackRock is also a large investor of you-know-who, MicroStrategy, and maybe he's thinking, well, I don't want MicroStrategy to be eating up all the Bitcoin. I don't want Michael Saylor to be the first trillionaire of the world. I don't know, but BlackRock obviously started something, caused Vanguard, Fidelity, Van Eyck, Wisdom Tree, Schwab, I mean, all the big guys to pay attention and to jump in. And now that we got a ruling that XRP is not a security, well, that makes these guys even more bullish if you think about it, right? Because they're not just involved with just Bitcoin. They're looking at everything, okay? They're looking at everything out there. Of course, Michael Saylor, who first adopted a Bitcoin strategy, or you call it a Bitcoin standard, you look at since August 2020, MicroStrategy stock is up almost 300%. Bitcoin up about 151%. S&P, NASDAQ, gold, silver bonds, you know, not doing that well, right? So the strategy is sound. He's winning. He's winning right now. Many people feel like Michael Saylor could be the first trillionaire on paper come 2030 or maybe 2034 or 2040 or whatever, right? Who knows? He may be. Maybe if Bitcoin keeps going up and up and up and up, yes. Pantora founder Dan Moorhead says we can now rally due to the fact that we got some clarity from the SEC. Also due to the fact that all the leveraged companies from 2022 have all collapsed, with the last one being FTX, right? But all these companies have gone, the ones that are too over leveraged. So kind of like the slate is clean, and we can now build and grow, and with institutional interest and with some SEC clarity, right? We can now rally. Can't disagree with that. Cannot. Also, as for Bitcoin, you know, there's just a lot of good stuff. Here's something, a new on-chain measure called value days destroyed. It's some kind of combination of days in between an on-chain movement plus price plus all these other things. The important thing to realize is that right now, okay, we are mimicking or in the same pattern as all previous markets before, or cycles before, right before we started going up in a big way. So look at where we are right now. And again, every single cycle, we kind of go through the same thing, and we form a higher high and a higher low. So again, those of you guys that were panicking about sub 30,000 levels, 20,000 level, 15,000 level, just keep in mind before we were much lower. Okay, $160, $3,000, you know, way lower. So this time around, yes, we did have a scary fall just like before, but it's still 5x higher than the last previous bottom, and we are coming back up. So did we start a new bull run? Yes, we did. Here's another example versus previous cycles, okay, of basically breaking through a downtrend and heading towards a halving event and then having that parabolic rise afterwards, right? Again, we have done that. We're going upwards. We have started the new bull cycle. And again, going up to the halving event, and what happens after the halving event, you guys should know by now. A parabolic run up, that's what happens. That's what happens. And then, this is interesting. Close to 600,000 Bitcoins accumulated, right around $30,000. So that's why, or maybe one of the reasons why 30,000 has been so hard to break. And maybe the whales do not want 30,000 to break, right? Could be because, yeah, 600,000 Bitcoins was purchased right around here. You have another 523,000 purchased around 26.8, and you had 637,000 Bitcoin bought right around 16.5, near the low point. Some of you guys took advantage when we fell below 20,000. Congratulations, because you're almost up 100% since then, and that wasn't too long ago. That was only a few months ago. So, power of buying the dips, DCAing, and holding, it works. It works. Okay, so don't be afraid of no shakeout. Okay, whatever happened yesterday will pass. But I know some people are probably thinking, what happened? You know, it's making people question this ruling. But there's no doubt about it. This ruling was very, very bullish, very good for the entire crypto community. Brad Garlinghouse, of course, sitting proud wherever he is after spending $100 to $200 million defending XRP from the SEC and really defending the whole industry. I've always said it. Not the biggest fan of how Ripple, how their business model is, but I am a big fan that they spent so much money and time and resources to fight the SEC, which really is you know, great for the entire community, right? Not just for them, but for the entire community. And they won. I mean, basically, even though it was concluded that the whatever, sales they had early on to institutions, that may be a legal sale, right? And they'll probably pay a fine for that. But the most important part is, even if a crypto company or project did that, say a lot of these projects may have had an ICO, right? That doesn't constitute that token or coin is a security afterwards. That may have been a legal sale, but that does not mean, again, the coin or token is automatically a security. That is huge. That is huge. Okay? And also, just because something is sold on a DEX or a centralized exchange in a secondary market does not also make it a security. These were all things that the SEC was trying to impose and imply, saying that, well, just because something is sold on Coinbase, it must be a security. No. Something that's sold on Uniswap must be a security. No. And if something did have ICO or some kind of token raise before, is automatic a security? No. So this was actually a gigantic win for the entire crypto community, right? And we got to thank Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson for that. So that is fantastic, and that's why it's such a big win. Even JP Morgan is calling the landmark XRP decision a milestone win for the crypto industry. I mean, it really is. Charles Hoskinson, I don't think Charles is a big fan of XRP, but even he tweeted this meme out. Well done. I mean, it really helps. It helps Cardano too, because Cardano was deemed a security by the SEC too, right? Cardano, Solana, I mean, all these guys were deemed securities. Now, basically, it's like, what is a security, right? What is a security? So we got a little bit of clarity. Even David Marcus, who's the co-founder of Dogecoin, tweeted out that basically, if XRP isn't a security, there ain't much that would be. Like, I don't know why. Like we saw this with the Library case too. Library, basically, they were bankrupted by the SEC, but it was also ruled that they're not a security. Yes, they did have a legal token sale, but overall, it's a utility token, and it should not be a security, right? And it was ruled that way, but unfortunately, SEC bankrupted them. SEC they couldn't bankrupt Ripple. Ripple is just too big for them. And they can't bankrupt Coinbase because Coinbase has an enormous amount of money too, and their stock has been rallying. So Coinbase is probably going to win their lawsuit against SEC as well. I don't know how long it's going to take, or maybe it just goes away because of this other ruling. But anyways, speaking of Coinbase, their new L2 called Base will be launching in August. So there will be a lot of L2s. L2s on top of Ethereum, right? This is based on the Optimism's code base. So it's going to be very similar. But eventually, Coinbase has said that they're going to fork off from Optimism. They're going to do two different things. But right now, it's going to be very, very, very similar. In fact, they may be even sharing the same consensus. I don't know what the pairing is, but it's going to be very similar. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff happening with Coinbase right now. What did they recently list with their wallet? They did something with their wallet too. Oh, I can't think of it. But yeah, they're doing a lot of stuff. They still have staking for the most part, but unfortunately they're pausing staking in California, New Jersey, South Carolina, and Wisconsin. So those of you guys in those states are not going to be able to stake on Coinbase anymore for now until something happens. But for all the other states and other countries, you can still stake within. And then I saw this. Unfortunately, this is still happening. Even in 2023, there are a lot of banks, okay, that will close people's accounts due to a lot of Bitcoin and crypto trading. I hear it all the time, and I've experienced some of this myself too. These banks, they suck, okay? They really do. And they'll say, well, it's due to this compliance or that or this and that or whatever, but overall, they just don't like people that are involved with crypto. There are a lot of people that still think it's a scam, thinks it's shady, only criminals use it, and blah, blah, blah. And there are some that just realize, well, it's going to bring the demise of us, the banks. So there's a lot of reasons for it. So unfortunately, there are some banks that are still having this, giving people problems, right? Which is why, more and more people are actually turning to crypto because they're getting sick of it. You have your own self-custody wallet. No one will ever tell you what you could do with your money, or they'll try to close your account, whatever, right? You are in full control of that. Yes, there are some factors you need to take, you need to take care of, like, for example, securing your private keys and recovery phrase. But overall, this is why a lot of people love to be in crypto, because you are in control of your own assets, your own money, and no one can take that away from you, right? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, let's see here. Let's see if I missed anything. How come it doesn't go any lower? Because Bitcoin is strong, very strong. Let's see here. I'm not even going to say that. All right, I'm still scrolling here. All right, my bank is a credit union. I called them up and they said no problem with crypto. Yeah, I hear a lot. I've heard a lot, I should say, about credit unions being better than banks. So, yeah, banks are still no good. Do you ride a motorcycle? Why not? Never got into it. Had zero interest. I don't want to die early by riding a motorcycle. Low IQ detector. What percentage of your portfolio is XRP? And where did XRP sign go? Where's my sign? Right here. Bam. I should put this back up into my background. I have a small bag of XRP, not the biggest bag. Morning, is it time to cut losses on BNB and pick up BTC? Why? Why do you think it's time to cut losses on BNB? BNB is still sitting at number 4, still barely above XRP. And BNB ain't going nowhere, so I don't know. Unless you're just too light in Bitcoin, I don't know why. Realistic price prediction for Gala and next bull run? I have no idea. No idea. I just know that they have to go up like 10x just to get back to their previous high. So I at least expect that. At least expect them to go back to their previous high and surpass it. So I don't know where it's going to be afterwards. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're still 10x off from their previous high. They're at 548 billion in market cap. I mean, yeah, they're way off from their high. They're 71 cents. 10x would give would make them 25 cents. So, and then they still have to triple that. They have to go 30x just to get back to their previous high. God, they were high. So they have to do 30x to go back to the previous high. So that's a lot. That's a lot. Guns are on the hot seat since XRP ruling, you think? I mean, I think so, Doug. I don't know what else Gensler could do if you think about it. He already sued Coinbase. He already sued Binance. He's trying to change the rules so that he could go after DEXs like Uniswap, right? Of course, he made declarations, like a dozen or so coins being securities. And, of course, he had this lawsuit for 3 years with Ripple, right? He's going after everyone. But this case shows that SEC isn't always right. They are vulnerable. And that Gary isn't correct with his declarations, basically. Just because he said something or SEC says something doesn't make it true, right? So basically with this, it takes a lot of power away from him, and a lot more projects are more willing to defend themselves now, right? Because they have some kind of court case they could refer to, because before there was very little. There's no precedence on anything, but now there is, right? So I think after this, they're going to lose against Coinbase. That's going to make him look worse. And there's already Congress people that's talking about removing his position and making CFTC the main crypto watchdog, right? So it's all kind of like collapsing on him. I don't know what else he can do. Like, even if he declared, like, we're going to sue Ethereum for being a security, like, next week, I don't think that's going to do much, because people are starting to realize that he doesn't have, he doesn't have the power he thinks he has, I think. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like he's starting to lose it, and he's under enormous pressure, probably. Whoever's pulling his strings is probably calling him up every day, asking him what's going on. Why are we losing this battle against crypto? Yeah, I think the best for him is to resign and go back to like MIT or somewhere. But that's assuming MIT still wants him. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. But yeah, the best would be if he goes back into the private sector. He should just resign. I don't think anyone wants him there. What happens to the market when the U.S. and China goes to war? What do you think is going to happen? It's going to skyrocket? No, of course not. But that's not going to happen. G-Fall. I don't know anything about G-Fall, man. I want Gary to stay. A new chair would redo everything Gary did all over again. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Whoever they replace him with, I don't think they're going to be as power hungry as Gary. I mean, really, it comes down to power. Everything that Gary did was due to power. So, I don't know. Maybe not everyone else is so power hungry. Let Gary be a guest judge on season 2 of the next Crypto Gem. That would be crazy. No one wants him to be a judge. You think we'll go below 30,000? I don't think so. I don't know. We briefly went below 30,000 yesterday and then came right back up. I mean, we've been holding steady at 30,000 for a while now. I think 30,000 is a really good base. Unless something catastrophic happens, we will hold, and we'll continue to build from there and continue higher. The good thing is, even though Bitcoin is still back at 30,000, you can see the Bitcoin dominance is at 48.4%, coming down from a full 50%. That means others have grabbed a lot of liquidity. For example, of course, XRP grabbing 52% this week, and even Solana is 26%. A lot of these grabbed a lot of liquidity recently. And that's good. Alts are just a little bit stronger, right? So not all was lost, but this is just the beginning. Like I said yesterday and the day before, nothing changes. What we witnessed the last few days was like a prequel, a small prequel or preview of what a real parabolic run feels like. And when that happens, a lot of you guys have experienced it. Things go crazy for months upon months upon months, right? Why are they taking it away, Tiffany? I don't know why. Some kind of probably, states or something. State legislature, probably. When is staking going away? I don't know that either, but it'll be soon. It'll be soon. Like the things that's being removed, you could stake natively, right? You guys should learn how to stake natively, right? And there's other wallets that allow you to do so as well. So I know it's easy to do, really easy to do from like within Coinbase, but there are wallets that let you do it too. Like Trust Wallet allows you to stake natively. There's a lot of light wallets that you can download to natively stake. You could also use like liquid staking providers like Lido. You just have to have a self-custody wallet, right? You need to know how to use it and store your crypto in there, and basically you can stake within. How many BTC to become a millionaire this cycle? I'd say probably, if you want on the safe side, probably on the safe side, probably 8. Very bullish side, I would say 4. I think Bitcoin, if there's massive FOMO, Bitcoin could reach 250,000 by the end of the cycle. So that just takes 4. But if it doesn't, let's say it goes to 200,000, that's 5, right? 150,000 be 6 plus. So if you wanna be on the safe side, get at least 6. Some people say 10 or 12. Hey, if you could get 10, Bitcoin hits 100,000, you'll be a millionaire. It's not easy to do. Not easy to do. At 30,000, 10 Bitcoin means you have to have 300,000 in Bitcoin. Not many people can do that. But the easiest way is to just DCA along the way. Take advantage of the dips, take advantage of low prices, and wait for the gains to come to you. Tommy, yeah, the EQS SUV, it destroys the Tesla Model X in every single way except power and range. But range is close enough, but power is the big difference. But the EQS drives and feels 100 times better than the Model X. Is there anything unsafe about staking? Why not? Why wouldn't you just stake everything you have? Yeah, there's really nothing unsafe, other than if the chain goes belly up and there's like some kind of hack or vulnerability. But normally with native staking, you don't hear that, especially not from the bigger chains. There's an unlock period. Some people don't like that. Some take 3 days or a week. Sometimes takes 21 days to unstake. So there's that to consider. How do you feel about staking ADA towards DGED? I don't know. I mean, one thing that's good is Cody was declared a security. So I think that fear kind of goes away, I think. As for the stablecoin DGED, I don't really hear anyone talk about it. I don't see anyone using it either. Like recently when I was on MinSwap looking at like a couple projects like SNEC and IAG, IAGON or whatever, it's all using ADA. No one is using like DGED pairs. So I don't know how many people are actually using DGED. What can ADA hit next bull run? A lot higher for sure. Cardano went to $3 before, right? So that's like 10x. Yeah, Cardano hit $3 before, so that's still like a 9x from here. And then after breaking all-time high, who knows? Maybe another 3, 4, 5x. That's a lot of x's right there. That's a lot of x's. So maybe Cardano could hit $10 by the end of this bull run. Maybe even more than that. $10 would only be a 3x, 3.33x from their previous high. Is that a possibility? Yeah, it could be. I mean, again, people don't realize how crazy bull runs are, right? Just like right here. Beginning of 2021, okay? Cardano went from 33 cents, like right here, basically. Oh, wait, no, it went below that. It was 15 cents. This was end of 2020. It went from 15 cents to $3. Okay, so that just shows you how explosive a bull run can be. 15 cents to $3. We're at 33 cents. Does that mean it go to $6? Can it go to $8? $10? It certainly could. With the amount of money that's going to be coming in this cycle versus previous cycles, I wouldn't bet against it. All right, guys. I'll let you have your Saturday back. Overall, people are still talking about this monumental win for Ripple. It's fantastic for not only XRP, but for an entire crypto community. We got some much needed clarity, and that is fantastic. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. BlackRock and others are still getting in. We still got a lot to look forward to for Bitcoin and others, right? So don't be shaked out by the powers that be or whales. They're trying to scare you. Do not fall for this. Better days are coming. So stay strong, my friends, and I'll see you guys on Monday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. There'll be another video, weekly recap video for you guys tomorrow. And make sure you check out the Clips channel for more videos. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday. All right, take care. Bye-bye.